Alright, I think I got mostly everything set up. Welcome everyone to yet another one of these streams. This time I decided to take it easy and stream a bit of Hexxit 2 since it had been a while since I had last streamed it. I don't think I had been... Oh wow, I could see the other hardcore world that I had previously started. Did not ever have the best luck with that, as far back as I can remember. Let me just switch to the right screen for this. Oh, that's right, it's not even detecting the window. Let me just fix that. Okay, there we go, now it should show up. I also gotta make sure the volume is well adjusted there. I know that there's a way to have copyrighted music in VODs, but I think only for Twitch, as far as I know. I know that involves different audio tracks, but I don't know how to configure that for YouTube. Because if I did it on YouTube, then it'd probably be inevitable that I would end up getting copyright claimed. There isn't even a decent argument I can make for that. Because I'd just be straight up playing copyrighted music. It'd at least make more sense than... Thank you, Justin. It'd at least make more sense than the copyright claims that I have received from like a VOD that I did involving Sonic.uyx, which I still remember they claimed it for like as if I used a cover of Green Hill Zone, which no, the original was being used and it was in the game itself. Keep having to take a water break even more often today. I think I also remember... I don't remember which VOD exactly. But I know one had detected... some track that was labeled "Don't Worry, It's Me, Mario," which the original audio was the Super Mario Brothers theme song. Whew. Okay, there we go. I think there was mass reports of music copyright that happened that affected almost everyone. Yeah, it's weird. It was like it was mentioned before, it's as if Sega doesn't own their own songs. Ah yes, the lyrics to Revenge, that's what I like to see. I do kind of want to figure out how to get the copyrighted music to work in Restream, like make it so that it can't be heard on YouTube, but it can be heard on Twitch. Maybe I could have that be like some kind of trade-off. Like on YouTube stream, on the YouTube stream, there are no ads whatsoever, but no music that you get to enjoy when it's live. But then on Twitch, you get to enjoy that music, but then there's also the ads that nobody likes. I'm not gonna say that I'm a big fan of like the particular ads myself, but they probably do something. I don't know. I haven't gotten enough ads to know if it does anything. What happened there? Stream was delayed. I see. Ah, welcome, Canadian gamer. Welcome to the hour of dehydrated Hexxit II. Because I still keep having to take a water break. The leaves are invading? What? How so, Justin? Yes, I'm guessing what? Ghoul Claw, I still don't know what that is for, but I'll keep that there. Keep that there.
The wheel spins!
Oh boy. Okay, now I actually have to... I can't believe I actually have to use that wheel now. Now, if you can just give me a second, I also have to get a timer started so that I also have to get a timer started so that, so I can keep track of how long it goes. Okay, yeah. Stopwatch. And then I gotta switch to... Not gonna lie, I can't get into Minecraft when... I can't get into Minecraft like when it first came out on the 360. Okay. Where is that window? There it is. So let me just drag this over here. Oh, how much my voice is... I really hope that it doesn't, I really hope that it doesn't, end up on... Okay, switch to here. I really hope that it doesn't end up on, I really hope that it doesn't land on Alex Jones. Because my voice is already wrecked from playing Pizza Tower. This is where we start the timer! Nail! Stop giving Justin so many ads! Actually, keep giving him ads. We need the dollars. This is not a voice that I have done in so long. But I always find the characters so entertaining. Shout out to Takahata 101! I always admire how entertaining he makes this character. I can't even cheat by going silent for a while. I have to keep speaking. It's slowly turning into John F. Kennedy from Clone High. That's how you can tell how rusty this is. I can't even tell what I was looking for. But I found coal. Nail! Where do I put the coal? Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys! Do not underestimate the Kennedys, Nail! Nail! I can sense you! Is that you, Nail? Are you hiding in the cave? Why have you disobeyed my order? I sense danger! No! The danger has been avoided. I keep having to look at my phone out of paranoia. Are you proud of yourself, Momo? Proud of what you've done? I hope you are! Paranoia like the agent? I don't know what you mean. It is some sort of reference I must not understand. But I have more iron. Surprisingly, this is so much easier than having to rhyme for 5 minutes. I think. Rhyming is so much more difficult if I have to speak all of it. I've seen Markiplier struggle with that. He had to rely on all his rhymes impromptu, and I could see how much he was struggling. I have to find the Distractable episode with that, but it is hilarious. Oh, the night is falling. Very fitting music, I must say. The weather is clear. I don't even remember what I was going to do last time. Do I dare work on the smeltery? I think I can get the things. Oh, but wait, I haven't even built a basement yet. Might as well get through that. Smelt some of these. Oh, but wait, I don't have sandstone to make the floor. I must stockpile on sand. Oh, the minute is almost over, finally! Free from that prison. But thank you for the channel points used for that redeem. That was like the first time I ever got to do that. I want to see if there's a way I can get that kind of redeem working in the YouTube stream as well. I know TikTok is also apparently an option, but I have no idea. That snake is right after me. Oh, it's a cobra. Spectral snake. Okay, there we go. Oh, I got a snake egg anyways. Usually I don't get that from... I figured I wouldn't get that from spectral mobs. And now I gotta wait here. And I gotta find more dirt. Just put the spectral essence in here. And the lapis that I don't need. Okay, I thought the music playlist had stopped already, like it went through a full shuffle. Get as much sand as possible, because I'm definitely going to need that for the grout. Along with the clay and the gravel. Wait, how much? Oh, I don't have any gravel. Question, chat. Do you think it would be worth including TikTok on the restream, on like the multi-streaming thing? Because if I were to actually do that, I'd have to figure out like the vertical layout plugin. Because apparently that is a thing. I have some gravel, but I don't have... You should try playing some adventure games like The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, or maybe Monkey Island. Monkey Island, that is one That is one that I would like to... That is one that I would like to play, actually. I have no idea whether... Though I have no idea whether or not to start with... whether to start with the original, The Secret of Monkey Island, or to go with the one that I grew up watching my dad play, Escape from Monkey Island. Because either way, it sounds like a pretty interesting idea. Oh, what do I not need? Store all of those. Yeah, those, and then that. And take plenty of the bread. I can include that on the big list of ideas for games to stream. Because at some point, since I got it working, since it's possible to get it working again, I gotta host yet another game of Ribbit King, or maybe some other multiplayer GameCube game. Been in quite the mood to play 4-player GameCube games lately. And it's not just limited to Ribbit King. Yeah, you don't get to jump scare me like that, goat. I know some, I think the only point-and-click adventure games that I have played on stream before were the SpongeBob point-and-click adventure games. Which, Operation Krabby Patty, I'd probably like to revisit at some point. Oh boy. Because I got the VOD and the highlights of Employee of the Month and Battle for Bikini Bottom. Well, yeah, no wait, I still have the VOD up for those, and the movie game, and Lights, Camera, Pants. I haven't played Nighty Nightmare though. That one's neither Nighty Nightmare or Operation Krabby Patty are point-and-click adventure games, but they're part of the SpongeBob PC saga. But Operation Krabby Patty, the VOD for the original of that, I want to replay that because I don't know, the dynamic of that one. I feel like that deserves a retry. Maybe whenever like the schedules line up, get Josh and Z involved like the last time, and see who would be interested in joining along for that journey. Those kinds of streams I always like to do. Do like a playthrough of some kind of game and include like 2 to 3 other people. Or more, depending on the game. Oh, boy. Sir, keep your distance, please. Okay. Oh, boy, we got another skeleton. There we go. I don't need those. And a skeleton's nearby. Okay, I think I got most of what matters. Let me just quickly make my exit over here. I don't know if it'd be on or off stream, but some other adventure game that I've been curious about lately is Grim Fandango. I've heard good things about that, and I want to give that a shot. Oh, I probably need more cobblestone to create another furnace. Yeah, definitely gonna need more for another furnace, because I got more tasks that require furnaces that I need to get done. Come on, get up there. There we go. There we go. Now we got another one. Smelt some of those. What do I smelt with this? 1 piece of charcoal. I'm sure that'll be useful. And then smelt the cobra eggs. Oh, that's right. I should probably get some clay. I've also thought about if I streamed the Undertale genocide run. Maybe have that be another one that. Maybe have that be another one that. That Nat and Eric would show up for. Something that there was like another thing that I've had like reoccurring thoughts about, like whether or not it would be an interesting idea to try and start something like this. Ah, welcome, Dan. There had been part of me that had wondered, like, if it would be worth, because I see the pros and the cons of this kind of idea. Oh wait, it's still on the. There we go. Because I had been weighing the pros and cons of this idea, and there's been like parts of me that are very conflicted about this. Seeing like the different, maybe it's like the different particular ones that I've been to. There's like, I can see there's been like, what if I ever were to start like a... I can't even tell what that says. I had thought about, what if I ever did decide to start like a Discord server for the community? Because I see the pros of that, like how interesting it would be to bring a lot of those people together, but I've also heard plenty of horror stories about certain Discords. Like, some are just filled with disturbing people. But I guess that could vary upon the different Discords. So for the most part, I would usually be seen in most Discords that I'm in. Most of the ones that I'm in are usually run by friends or acquaintances, or they're usually smaller ones. I don't know, maybe it's just me being extremely cautious after the horror stories that I've heard, because you know about the whole Discord Discord admin thing. You know, this haunting music would probably fit Okay, sir, please calm down. I get that those are your two favorite numbers, but, you only had to tell me once. Am I gonna have to mod someone on the YouTube chat to take care of that? I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here. Some people confuse me. Okay, I got the clay. Okay, now I can make some sandstone floors. When there are 67 nuggets left. There you go. There's something that gives that more substance. Not just 67 over and over again. You've made it better, Justin. Well done. Okay, place one of those. Then I can start making the ladder to the basement. Me neither, Momo. I don't understand like where it originated or like what the purpose of it was behind. And I don't know if I'm curious of looking up its origin. Someone who's more hip than I am, please explain. I'm too old to understand. I'm an old 27-year-old that doesn't understand. Starts laughing, holds my gut like a Studio Ghibli fat villain. I'm definitely gonna need more sand for the smeltery. This is probably not gonna be enough, but I need to make another shovel anyways. To the person who would be spamming 6-7 in the chat, I'm not gonna delete those because I'm gonna let you use this as a learning opportunity. I'm not gonna say ban that guy, but I will let this be a learning opportunity for you. You can understand that repeating it may not be everyone's cup of tea, or you could go down the same route that you've been going down and repel people without even realizing it. Make this a learning opportunity for yourself, sir, or ma'am, or anything in between. Just use it as a learning opportunity. It would take a lot for me to delete messages. It would have to be something that I know would probably be illegal, or if it would be shady links. Shady links would definitely have to be deleted. Looking at you, spam bots on Twitch. spamming scamming spam bots. I remember one time that was a spam. Spam, bacon, sausage, and spam. Oh, that's right. I was gonna make a shovel. I get lost in whatever I was talking about. To the point where I just get easily distracted. Okay, just place that. Here's another interesting question, chat. What if you had $67, what would you get with that? It'd be easy to say what you could get with $100 or $1,000 or $1 million. But what would you get with just $67? That's what I want to know. Steam game, Minnesota? What Steam game would it have to be in order to be like evened out with a soda? Or are you okay with accepting change? But then again, I never established the rule of like if you have to spend exactly $67, so I'd probably get a bunch of indie games. Much respect, Justin. I like the support of that idea. Okay, then you'd be changing your answer to a Steam game, a soda, and a bag of potato chips. It wouldn't just be Steam game and a soda. Oh. There we go. So we just gotta place those there. And the farm should be finished. I just gotta find the crops to use with that. I just gotta convert this to seeds so I can get more of these. Wait, there was a chocobo nearby, wasn't there? Could have sworn. I'd steal 67 stacks of paper from Josh. With the $67, would you just pay him to not look at his stash of paper? Hey, that's what it implies, Justin. Because you have $67 to spend. And how else would you be using that if it was going to involve like 67 stacks of paper? I'm not gonna do that because I screamed enough last night struggling with a particular level of Pizza Tower. My voice has taken enough. My voice is battle worn enough as it is. Even if it may not sound like it, I think it's still recovering. And that's a big reason why I was hoping that the wheel would not land on Alex Jones. I'd use the $67 to buy $67 worth of burglary equipment to solely steal from Josh's paper. There you go. There's a more well thought out plan. I can fill in this hole, because that's been bugging me. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice. Yeah, I guess so. You'd be surprised on what kinds of different creatures could become chefs. Just clear all of this out. I'd have to think real hard about what I would get with $67. The conveniently $67 priced burglary equipment at the local Kohl's. The idea of Kohl's selling something like that is funny to me. Okay, I thought the playlist was going to stop for a second. Because my media player has done something like that before. Where the particular media player that I've used before would go through the whole playlist and it wouldn't shuffle back to the beginning. I mean, it wouldn't keep playing songs. Store that away. And enjoy one of the omelets. And here is where I'll get to build the smeltery. I'm glad to know this is one of the P5 songs that they don't copyright claim. I don't know which ones... I don't know if there are ones that the Atlas claims, or if there are certain ones that Atlas claims. But they seem pretty lenient with their soundtracks being used in videos and such. There we go, got one of these set up. And I'm missing gravel. I might as well add, Momo, even if the wheel of stupid voices was difficult to deal with at first, I at least respect that it taught you a valuable lesson when it comes to saving instead of spending. Because then you get unique moments like that. Oh, that's right, I was getting gravel. Can I actually get turkey from the spectral turkeys? Nope, just spectral essence. There we go, now he ought to stop making noise. Then I can get some sand from over here. Okay, I know the two of you I've told about this before, but for those in the chat that weren't already aware, I had made the mistake of using like a minute or two on the For You page of Twitter because I was curious. Because I thought there's no way it could be as bad as like I remember it. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it certainly wasn't worth my time. Cause like when I checked there, it's like the algorithm knew that I had recently became a VTuber as of like months ago, and it started showing me a bunch of VTuber posts. But maybe that could also be because there are like quite a few that I happen to follow. And with that, there happened to be some posts in the For You page where there would be what looks like engagement baits. What looks like it anyways. But I know there were a lot of posts saying like smaller VTuber creators, shout out your Twitch link and I may give you a follow/raid. And here I am thinking, how many of these actually do that? Because I don't believe that... There could be some that do that, but... For the most part, I don't think there are a lot of those that would actually do that. Most of the people that would raid or follow would do some via their own decision. I'm not gonna be one to beg for followers or raids or subscriptions. If it happens, then I'm like, oh, thank you, I appreciate that. But I wouldn't be begging for that. I also, nor would I do that on YouTube, be like begging for subscriptions. Like, if you want to, that's appreciated. But I definitely wouldn't become like one of those creators that's like, this percentage of people are not subscribed to the channel. We should change that. I could probably do what Josh does instead and be like, this percentage of people are not subscribed to my channel. Good. Keep it that way. Get off my lawn. Oh, that's right, my inventory's full. I gotta do something with this gold ore. I've also been thinking about if I should diversify the chill video game music playlist. Like, what other soundtracks could be recommended besides the songs from games that I'm definitely familiar with. Like, what could be thrown into the mix just to ensure that it doesn't go through the whole playlist again? Feel free to let me know any suggestions that you may have. Oh, I hear the sound of an Enderman. Just get all of that. Wow, there's even more redstone here. The rarity of ores, or the frequency of ores in this mod pack is so unusual. Redstone is so easy to find. Redstone is so easy to find. Let's see. I don't need the saplings. There's what looks like moonlight. Well, what was that noise? Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think so, skeleton. I'll just dig my way up there. Oh boy, a crab. I thought one of the enemies was walking nearby for a second. Oh, there we are. Evil and scary Michael Mouse. Is that the enemy that appeared, Justin? Okay, got the gold. Miska Muska, he's gonna blow your head off. There are mice in this mod pack, but I don't think they can wield guns. And the mice aren't hostile, but the rats are. Oh, that's right, I can make prepared flesh. Let's just use that. Michael's cousin, Richard Rat. Not to be confused with Michael Richards, aka Kramer from Seinfeld. AKA the guy that went on a tirade at the Laugh Factory. Don't Google that if you don't like... Don't Google that if you don't like slurs. I mean, he's a type of rat. You're saying Michael Richards is a type of rat? See, I know there's a way to craft a chocobo saddle. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I can actually make one, I think. I can claim this chocobo. Okay, we have some leather, but not enough. Oh. Just store these here. Oh, that's right, I haven't planted these seeds. And cotton seeds. And barley seeds. I just need to find more leather. I suppose killing this horse will do. Oh wait, there's a spectral horse. I'll dispose of it anyways. I guess we could try killing more goats. As well as this boar. Oh, okay. Calm down. There we go. And back to the house, where I could possibly make some drying racks. Yeah, I think I have the material for it. Wait, do I have this right? Okay, yeah, I can turn that into leather that way. So let's smelt some more of that. Now we can have more of these up. There we are. I just know that if I were to start like a community Discord, I know that it would be an interesting place to put the Twitch emotes that I use. And something that I found from being in other people's community Discord servers, if you are subbed to them, to them on Twitch, then you get to use some of their emotes in other servers. I did not know that was a thing. And I think it's quite an interesting feature. With the sub that I have to Panda, I have access to some of her emotes from her Discord. Listen, you think you might get yourself the Steam Cube? Maybe if I can afford it, maybe for the controller or the VR headset. That would be what would stand out to me the most. Because if I were to make a console out of, like a stationary console out of a... If I were to... When it comes to like a PC that also works as a stationary console, I think I would be able to make one of those myself. Because there is that OS known as Bazite, which is almost like the Steam OS, like for the Steam Deck. And I could have that switch in between desktop mode and Steam's big picture mode, so it can actually work like a stationary console version of a Steam Deck. I would just have to... I've been trying to get it to work on this one computer that is like that has some spare parts, but I haven't had the most luck with that because it doesn't read a boot device. And I would try with this other spare computer, but that has some missing parts. But if I were to get like the RAM for it, I would like to see if I can turn that into basically like my own stationary console. That would be so useful for like the multiplayer, for like the local multiplayer games. Not just on Steam, but like GameCube games as well, and Xbox 360 games. especially since the Xbox 360 that we have is so low on storage. I don't know what it still has at this point. This is such a peaceful song. Is it actually called the Steam Cube or is it the Steam Box? 'Cause I know some people call it the Gabe Cube as a joke. Which would also be a fitting name for the GameCube logo opening that fans have made for the Steam Deck. You call it a cube, I see. I don't know the official name for it, but I could probably look that up. Steam console. Steam machine. That's what it's called. I like that. Oh. I'm being reminded that you can kind of see the so my Minecraft skin was originally a human, but it was made into like an Enderman-like skin, and you could kind of see that I left the under the neck area, I mean like under the chin area, skin colored by mistake and never got around to fixing that. So it looks a bit weird. I really should get around to fixing that at some point. The VR headset would also be quite interesting to me if I wasn't in a room that was so small. Because other than the price of most VR headsets, that would be the one thing that'd be standing in the way of getting the VR headset. If I were to get one of those, I would definitely be curious about Beat Saber and this one feature that I'd learned about involving like the motion controllers and them being used for Dolphin. I had no idea this was a thing, that the controllers could be used as like the motion controls for a Wii Remote and Nunchuck. There's so much coal in this one area. Oh, the game that this song is from gave me another idea. What if at some point I was able to do a live stream of Sonic Robo Blast 2 with friends? I feel like that'd be an interesting thing to revisit. And could probably be something I could reclaim. I know another Ring Racers stream would also be an interesting idea. I would just have to hope that there aren't any mods with sound bites that would get in trouble with the TOS. I don't think there are, to my knowledge. Is this the way that I... Okay, the game should not freeze that easily. Or at that time, I should say. There's like plenty of stuff in that one area. And we got a skeleton to deal with. And a rat. Hello, Justin. It's the rat that you were talking about. Oi, 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 oi. I'm not dying that easily. Okay, we're good. Find yourself unable to rest tonight. Why? Why am I not allowed to sleep this night? What'd I do? Oh, a fitting time for the song to play while the rain comes in. We'll just make some of these into blocks so that it's not taking up too much room in the inventory. Oh. Falling star has landed. I gotta investigate. We're just sneaking by that zombie. There we are. How did you get converted into a Hatsune Miku and Kasane Teto fan? Funny you mentioned that. I'm pretty sure there's the most recent video that answers that question. So you get the full story there. I will not spoil anything. Oh, that's right. I should probably make a bucket to fill the gaps on the farm with water. So I can finally place the... Oh wait, I don't have any sugarcane. But I should get some to start that part of the farm. But yeah, your question is already answered in the most recent video that I had uploaded. I still gotta wonder if there can be a way to have the copyrighted music play without having to worry about the YouTube stream detecting it and claiming the VOD. Because I know it can be done pretty simply on Twitch. Because if there's like another audio channel, it can just Because if you stream with like a separate audio channel on Twitch, then it just mutes that audio channel. I have no idea if the same applies with YouTube. Because if there is claimed audio on YouTube, you would have to go through its on-site editor and do something about the do something about the audio. Potentially making the audio quality of that particular part of the VOD or video lower quality. And there's a spider nearby. I don't appreciate burglary. Thank you. Common well stone brick. When am I gonna have use for a well? Well, now that I have the seared bricks, I can make the smeltery controller. Oop. There we are. And then place that here. We got step 1. I just need 1 block of glass. Okay, there we are. I will say regarding that video, I like how much support the first video essay style of video that I made had gotten. And I was also glad to see like how much attention the video about Hatsune Miku had gotten. I'm glad to see that people like those kinds of videos. They are a rarity because they do take, if you ask me, they take a lot more work than, they take a lot more work to work on than like stream highlight videos and well, yeah, stream highlight videos and like most gaming videos. Because with that one, that's mainly just having fun playing a game, editing out the lesser entertaining parts if you prefer to not upload just the whole raw footage and instead have like highlights. Whereas opposed to like a video essay, you gotta like write down your thoughts and hope that it comes out as comprehensive. That has usually been something that would sometimes stop me from doing that, because I gotta think a lot. Welcome, Cal. Minecrafter. Boy, I sure do love this game, Minecrafter. Brown bricks. Oh boy. Got so much XP from that. And there's another spider. There we are. Did you like the custom Steam Deck boot animation that I did? Yeah, it's great. I'm glad that you're proud of it. I love brown bricks in Minecrafter. I know that's not what was actually said, but let me have this. I still want to see if there's a way I can make if I can like port some of the redeems from Twitch onto the YouTube stream. or if those would be locked behind some kind of thing. Because I know most of the redeems that I have, well, all the redeems I have are on Twitch, but I wouldn't want to leave the YouTube audience out. Or maybe it's just another one of those things that's a trade-off. YouTube audience gets no ads, Twitch audience gets ads, but more features. Meaning more features to interact or just straight up mess with me. Via crowd control or like any channel point redeem. Oh, that's right, I can't activate that. Why did I right click on that? Seared bricks. Just clear out some more of this. Man, hearing this soundtrack again makes me want to play a Kirby game at some point. That'd be another interesting stream idea. Oh, I am actually out of bread. Let me fix that. This can be a very simple fix. This feels overpowered. I need to play more Kirby? You should. You got Kirby's Epic Yarn on the Wii. I happen to have that game as well. I don't think I've ever played it myself because I was more into the games that had Kirby's usual playstyle. But I am willing to give it a chance. It was just younger me was stubborn. Great game, I heard. I've heard that too. I remember hearing some sound bites in that game that took me back to. It sounded like sound bites that were in Wario Land Shake It. I do not want to deal with the bear right now. That whole debate of would you rather be alone with the whole debate that some have given women, like, would you rather be alone with a man or with a bear? I'll take the man. I don't want to deal with bears ever after this mod pack. Alright, I need a shovel for the gravel ores. You wrestle bears in RuneScape Classic. It's an inside joke between you and your friends. I don't think I've ever played RuneScape before, but I've known of its existence. I've also known that it was like the origin of like content creators like Ant Venom. I think that was where Ant Venom started. Don't quote me on that. I've just known of Ant Venom's existence and how I think he played RuneScape and then Minecraft. And I think he introduced others to. He introduced another to Minecraft. And then some crazy stuff happened. Okay. Man, the bears are so territorial in this mod. I'm pretty sure I missed out on RuneScape. I had no idea of its existence, and of course, as many of you know, the main MMO that I tended to stick with as a child was Toontown. I sort of knew Club Penguin was a thing, but I was more focused on Toontown, and haven't played Club Penguin before. I heard that Club Penguin Rewritten was a thing, and then eventually got taken down. Would I be correct in the assumption that it got taken down? Because I don't know for sure. Sadly missed out on both Club Penguin and Toontown. Well, for the Toontown enjoyers at least, there's not only Toontown Rewritten, which is pretty much a rewrite of the original Toontown, but also Toontown Corporate Clash, which has a bit more of it has a bit more to make itself stand out on its own rather than just rely on being another clone of Toontown. They also erased a lot of Disney stuff in that version. The only things that remain there are like the theater with are like the theaters that will say like now playing Steamboat Willie, which I know is in public domain, but there's also the fact that there's another theater that says now playing Mickey's Follies. So I think that was something that was left in. All the characters that own particular areas and that also... all the characters that would own the certain towns would disappear and the towns would be renamed. Of course, Toontown Central would stay the same. But like Donald's Dock became Barnacle Boatyard. What else was there? Minnie's Melody Land became like Mezzo Melody Land. Daisy Gardens, I think, still kept its name, but they just erased Daisy Duck from it. Oh, am I gonna be allowed to sleep now? Thank you. Oh, that's right, I can craft the saddle now. And then... yes. I really hope that Chocobo is still there. I'm gonna go into that cave and see if the Chocobo is still there. Oh, it despawned, didn't it? Oh, no wait, there it is! Oh, that's right. I gotta bribe it with food that it would enjoy. I think this should work. Yeah, then... oh, really? What a greedy son of a gun. too good for just one Geishel carrot. Okay, how about 3 more? We'll see how that goes. Yes! We got our own. Now let's get you out of that cave. I said let's get you out of that cave. Hey! Hey! I was not going to- Hey! 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 Calm down. Calm down. How do I get you out of this cave? Can I just push you out? You can't stay in here forever. You gotta get out there. I know it seems like a cold world out there, but it doesn't. But you still gotta get yourself out there. Yeah, see? No, wait, hey, stop it, stop. Stop hiding underneath the dirt. Stop! Stop that. Stop! Not cool. Not cool. See? Hey, no, go back. Go back. See? It's okay. See? It's not that scary. You just gotta be more trusting of the outside world. Maybe what it takes is just more just more grub. See, there you go. Well, thanks to the chocobo being a little bit difficult to work with at first. Definitely gonna need to regenerate some health. I hope you learned a valuable lesson from this. Okay, fine. Since you're gonna keep giving me that look, I'll give you one more. And generate more health. There we go. Oh, when am I ever gonna need rice? That can't even be used for anything in this. Ooh, sugarcane. Finally, I can start a farm with that. I've had like plenty of other ideas for video essays that I could do. But that would just be something that, but that kind of video is going to remain a rarity. Because those can be time consuming. There are plenty of ideas that I have for that. But just, again, they can be time consuming and require quite a lot of writing. But I would love to get back into that. Just every other thing in life gets in the way. Because that's what words. Because that's what responsibilities will do for you. just makes me think of like during that time that I had made the mistake of checking the For You page. It was this one meme that I saw. I'd seen this one meme that was like the VTuber that wants to stream more, and then like behind him is like someone with a threatening aura that's labeled like school and work or school/work. It's like, man, why'd this have to hit so close to home? Cause I've been liking doing the streaming thing. I would not do it to a point of streaming every single day, but I like doing it at least once or twice a week. It's good to both chill out. It's good to both chill out with the chat and have like some chaotic moments with friends in like a game that I'm playing by myself and they're just witnessing me suffer, or a game that we're all playing and we all make each other suffer. It's just always an interesting time. Oh, there we go. And then smelt another one of those. I should probably look for some more gravel. And get more bread. Okay, there we are. Oh wow, my microphone was in the way, so I couldn't see how dangerous the hunger bar was getting. Something else that I remember stumbling upon in the For You page, which I know it probably is engagement bait, but it was like the discussion of male VTubers supposedly being overlooked. Which I feel like that's more of a thing of, I don't know if it's like them as a, I don't think it's like entirely them as a whole being overlooked. I think it also depends. I feel like it would also depend on like the personality of the VTuber themselves. Like Chibidoki, for instance, I know she's female, but she's got that hyper personality that a lot of people gravitate towards. And Iron Mouse has that chaotic energy that people gravitate towards. I don't know, part of me feels like it depends on like the personality of the VTuber. Cause I know I certainly wouldn't want to play victim with that kind of thing. I'm not gonna be like, boo-hoo, the algorithm doesn't have me. When I have no control over that. If people want to, I have no control over that. Nor am I gonna make a big deal out of that. I don't think anyone should. I could sort of get if it's like their career, if they'd want to like have more of a following, I'd sort of get it. But I don't think any streamer should put like their whole value on getting a whole lot of viewers. Especially, a streamer should especially not base their whole value upon getting more viewers than another streamer. I'm not naming names, but I think you know who I might be talking about. Just don't be like that kind of person who you may probably already know that I'm talking about. Because that is not healthy for the mind. There's being competitive in a playful way, and then there's just letting that consume you. And that is not something that you ever want to do. Oh, like you weren't... Oh, like you weren't aware? There are people like that that'll like base their... There will be like some people that'll base their whole personality on like... Or like base their whole value on getting more viewers, subs, and followers than a particular person. Some will even take it to an insane level. And you definitely don't want to take that route. There's this interesting thing called there's this interesting thing called staying humble. And I'm not going to say that I'm the most humble person out there. I'm no saint. But you definitely should not be letting that consume you. There's a lot more to life than that. Okay, seriously, why can't it let me sleep tonight? Intruders are not appreciated. Oh boy, the desert spider. I'm being backed into a corner! Now I can't even see what happened to my farm. Oh. Actually, wait, that's not so bad. I can easily patch that. Oh boy. Poisonous cloaking fiery darkness. I can easily protect myself here. Okay, there we go. Find time for this song to start playing. With those kinds of people that'll base their whole value on that kind of thing, there's a word I like to give those kinds of people. And that's not entirely an insult, as much as they'd probably deserve one. But the term that I have is a reverse role model. And if you want an understanding of what that is, if you know what a role model is, where you look up to someone and learn from them, a reverse role model, you see what that person does, and you think to yourself, ugh, I don't want to be like that. Then you can just learn from them what not to do to make sure that you don't go down a path that you should not be going down. I'm sure anyone can think of like a lot of examples of reverse role models, but I think you get the gist of it. That can be one interesting takeaway from like a lot of people that will a lot of people that will... That could be one interesting takeaway from like a lot of people that would end up going down the wrong path. Oh, here's a reverse role model right now. You don't want to be like a scam bot. So you can learn from that particular bot that no one should be falling for those kinds of things. Take this as an educational moment. I gotta find another fir tree. 'Cause I'm missing a block. What was that? Is that coming from all the way over there? And there's a giant skeleton right outside my home. Something else that I had found interesting that also starts with the first word being reverse. There's this concept that I remember hearing about called reverse charisma. And you know, with people that have charisma, you have the understanding that that they seem like an interesting person overall. Whereas with reverse charisma, that person ends up making you feel interesting. And a lot of people will think they want the person that seems interesting. But what they don't realize is that the person that makes them feel interesting is a lot more interesting to be around. Like, as much as I like people that seem interesting, being around a person that makes you feel interesting is something else completely. I'll just get rid of this intruder. There we are. Oh, does this creeper drop gravel? Oh yes, I'll definitely have use for this. And I'm lacking in sand. I should probably get some more sand. Okay, I can easily get some from here. I wonder if during another one of these, chill Hexxit II streaming hours that I should just bring up the list of some of the interesting concepts that I had found out about and like talk about them as I'm doing this. Because there'd be quite a few that I'd find from this one guy. That if I can find an example of that. It's like a little bit of a preview of if I were to do something like that. I gotta pull up the I gotta pull up the Google Doc for that. Give me 1 second. Oh, here it is. Okay, like as an example, Cunningham's law. The best way to get the right answer on the internet is not to ask a question, but to post the wrong answer, because people online are more interested in criticizing people rather than helping them. True. People for sure do like to criticize, and some definitely want to be right. Also, getting things wrong will cause more engagement, so it's probably another one of those examples of, like, no publicity is bad publicity. Okay, no, that's not one of the fir trees. Okay, let me up there. Oh boy, Spectral Bear. Do not growl at me. There we are. Is this what I'm looking for? Oh, yes, it is. How about I read you guys another one? I can't read all of them, but I'll save like a good chunk of them for some other time that I decide to stream Hexxit 2. Oh, rock clams are dangerous. Okay, please just stop that. Okay, stop. Okay. Now I can continue. This other example, I think a lot of you might have heard about this one somewhere. The Dunning-Kruger effect. Awareness of the limitations of thinking requires a proficiency in thinking about thinking. In other words, being stupid makes you too stupid to realize how stupid you are. Like, it takes a smart person to realize how stupid they can be. Whereas if you don't realize that you're stupid, you probably are stupid to begin with. So always be aware that you may not be the sharpest tool in the shed. There's always room for improvement. It never hurts to be wrong about anything. It is not the end of the world if you are wrong about something. I just need one more morsel and then I can get my hunger meter back to a good amount. Alright, there we are. And I think that'll be a good place to stop it for tonight. That'll be the end of tonight's stream. Thank you to those that have tuned in. Whenever you were able to tune in. If you want to stay up to date with the streams that I do, I tend to stream at least at the minimum once a week at around 6 or 7 p.m. PST at on both Twitch and YouTube under the name JPS Freak. And I don't even remember what else I was gonna say. Oh well, I'm sure there are like other things that can be done. Like on Twitch, there's like the channel points that, and for like any support beyond like tuning in, there's the subs, there's the donations, there's the bits. On YouTube, there's the donations. No one is obliged to do that. Just tuning into the streams is good enough. But yeah, other than that, if you haven't already seen like the latest video that I uploaded, feel free to check that out. Other than that, I will see you all very soon. Have a good night, everyone.